Well guys, I have some pretty good news. News of the World is one of my favorite movies of 2020. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and on this channel it's my job to point you in the direction of movies worth checking out. So if that interests you, make sure you hit like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It's the best way to show your support for the channel. And while you're at it, make sure you check out my friends at Movie Scene Canada as well. They have a ton of contests, trailer reactions, reviews, everything's over there. But today I'm here to tell you whether or not News of the World is worth a watch today. So, we have News of the World, directed by Paul Greengrass and starring Tom Hanks as Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd. Now, Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors, if not my favorite actor of all time. So casting him in your movie, especially as the lead, which he almost always plays the lead, let's be honest, that's always a check mark in my book. Because Tom Hanks is always able to bring such a vulnerability, a likability, an empathy and sympathy to almost every single role that he portrays. And here is no different. Having a likable main character goes pretty far in a movie like this, so check mark there. But starring alongside him as Johanna is Helena Zengel, one of her first roles, I believe, and she plays a girl who is lost, who is half Native American and half white, that Tom Hanks has to take back to her home. And obviously because of the character's language barrier, she doesn't actually speak much in the movie, but she is still able to give a wonderful performance because of just the look and the facial expressions that are able to say 1,000 words, right? Sometimes a look can say so much. And it's amazing to see their bond progress throughout the entire movie through all these ups and downs and twists and turns and different events that happen along the story. But where does our story take place? Well, it takes place in 1870 in Texas. And I love it when the location of the movie acts as a character in itself. Because the world building in this movie is really excellent, and I love how subtle it is. It's not hitting you over the head with so many people going, these are hard times and we live in Texas and nothing is great and we're doing this and doing that. It's told to us visually and through different situations. The vast emptiness between the towns allows time for our characters to bond, but it also allows our story to portray challenges of that time. You know, traveling by horseback is not the most convenient level of travel by today's standards, but you also have sandstorms and you have bandits, which leads to a really exciting, intense action set piece. But in the towns, you get the sense that these are hard times, and you get the sense of how life was like in post-Civil War Texas. You can hear it amongst the people when Captain Kidd is telling his stories, and you can hear how the certain people are reacting to the new way of life that their country is moving towards. And that general consensus creates an aura around the film that it all comes into play. But the main reason why I really enjoyed this movie is that it captures the essence and the wonder of storytelling, the spirit of storytelling, and how powerful it can be. You know, back then, there wasn't much time for reading books. A lot of the people were illiterate, and when Tom Hanks' character came to town and would tell stories, it was this escape for these people. It was a way for them to learn more about the world and escape their little small town struggles. And the whole act of storytelling is one of the reasons why Johanna really comes to know Captain Kidd and really takes a liking to him in the first place, because she loves stories. She loves being taken off on an adventure, and that's what stories can really do. But this also brings up another point. It also shows that when he goes to a small town, which is run by this, not really much of a dictator, but this guy who really runs the town and he controls what news is being told to these people, you can really control the way that people think when you control the media, when you control the news being told to them. Which is eerily prevalent today, but I won't get too political on you guys. When you control the stories being told, you control the people. But when stories are being told, it captures the imagination. And seeing Tom Hanks' character read just these almost mundane stories that we see on the news all the time of these tragedies, when the whole audience goes to a really tragic event, but when they start to clap and cheer when something amazing happens, it brings me back to when I was a kid and when I was starting to really love movies. Like, that's the reason why we love movies, right? To be immersed in the storytelling. It's really magical to see, and this movie really captures the essence of storytelling, and I find it just mesmerizing to see. So all in all, I'm gonna give the News of the World a 4 out of 5. I really can't think of a problem with this movie. Maybe some people might find it boring because it's just two characters going from town to town and there's a lot of downtime in between the travels. But to be honest, man, I found this movie just completely mesmerizing from beginning to end. But what about you guys? What is your favorite movie taking place in post-Civil War South times? What's your favorite Tom Hanks movie? What's your favorite Paul Greengrass movie? What's your favorite movie? Tell me whatever you want down in the comment section down below. And if you're new here and you want to see more videos just like this one, then definitely hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.